Hey, I'm here with Brian Lynch with Belgium. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Pretty good, thanks.
Okay, man, I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, hanging out with Justin in his Camp Worldwide Invitational Camp. Hey, tell me a little bit about what you know about Justin.
Well, Justin's actually become a good friend of mine. He's actually, grew up and lives right near where I live in New Jersey. So we're almost town mates. And Justin called me 3 years ago when I got the job in Belgium and Hubert United, and asked me if I wanted to come out here and coach his camp. And I tell you what, it's been one of the best decisions I've made, because not only have I gotten a chance to see a lot of talent and a lot of players, I've gotten a chance to network and meet a lot of great people. So thanks to Justin and his camp, it's been a big step for me as a coach.
Now, talking about his camp, he's got a fantastic format, almost it's NBA style. I mean, where you guys draft your own players, all that. I mean, you drafted your own team. What do you think of your team?
Yeah, I really like my team, and I really love this format. First of all, it gives the coaches a chance to see a lot of different players in a pool, so you broaden your horizons with a lot of different players and profiles. Secondly, you get to pick your own teams into what you need. So, for example, this year we're still looking for a 1, a 4, 5 that can shoot at 5 with back to the basket moves. So you go through this whole pool of different guys, and you see which guys can fit your needs, and then you get to draft those guys, bring them to camp, work with those guys, and it really gives you a chance to be on hand with those guys, and see if they're really capable of running your team as a 1, or if it's the kind of 5 you're looking for. And it gives you a more accurate recruiting tool. So the format's tremendous, actually. And then what he's done is he's brought in great coaches. A bunch of BBL coaches from Germany, from Australia. Another coach from Belgium is here with us. So it's I think you have some really great coaches that can give organization. So it's not just a street ball game up and down, just jacking up shots. You actually have good basketball guys who actually try to defend, who actually try to move the ball and play a little bit of organized basketball.
Now what? Okay, now you had your team, you drafted them. Now, what guy do you think on your team stands out for you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I drafted a bunch of. I got lucky. In the last couple of years, I've been able to get some good teams, and this year it so happens that I got guys that are willing to actually play for each other and move the ball. I mean, I think my assistant coach Mitch and I were looking at the stats after yesterday's game, and we saw that we had a stat line of 12 points, 11 points, 10, 9, 8.
Fantastic balance.
It was unbelievable, and I said, wow, it's hard to tell you who sticks out because all guys are contributing. So I was really happy to see that, and that's what it should be about. It's an exposure camp. A lot of guys getting a chance to show what they can do. So for my team, I think it's more about the whole team sticking out, playing good basketball. We're 3-0 right now. Hopefully we can finish 4-0, and I'm happy with every guy that we have.
I'll tell you what, Brian, I think you stick out as one of those good coaches here. I've been watching you coach the guys, how well you connect with them, and you interact with your team really well, and it's showing with your record.
Well, I mean, I'm a young coach, and I'm not too far removed from playing, and I know the feeling it is to be in those guys' shoes, to go overseas, to be away from home. The importance of establishing a relationship with a player for me is first and foremost, and I think if you can't connect with your players, they're not going to listen to you. I don't like the whole school teacher feel. That's not me. I want to work with my players on an eye-to-eye level, and just respect the boundaries. I'm the coach, they're the player. They'll respect that. They understand that, and then we work together. And to be honest with you, I think coaches have a lot to learn sometimes from the players. So my ears are always open to listen to those guys, and I think when you give them that kind of credit and that respect, you get it back. And so far it's been working for me as a coach, and I hope that I can continue to get the right guys to fit that kind of mold.
I tell you what, man, you a good coach of people when it comes to the hoop game. Hey, bro, leave the guys with something. I mean, again, you're a guy overseas. A lot of guys in the States, man, they don't know what y'all really looking for, in a sense. Can you leave them with something?
Well, I mean, every year it seems to be different. Everybody has their own system and what they're trying to get. For us personally, we like guys that know how to play. I look at how are they reading and reacting off the screens? Are they looking to make extra passes and create for each other? It's very rare you're going to see a guy on my team who's just a one-on-one guy that wants to just try to score.
You have the basketball players.
Yeah, I'm trying to find basketball players, and that's. To be honest with you, I find the passing game to be the lost art of basketball.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys that can take it off the dribble. I see a lot of guys that can stroke it, but how many guys are actually making plays for somebody else?
Somebody else.
Exactly, and that's kind of been what we've been looking for in the last couple of years.
Now, I think, too, communication, when you were talking earlier, talking, that's a skill. When you
Absolutely,
say
absolutely. If you can't communicate, man, especially as a coach to your players, you're not going to be able to get them to understand what you want. And the hardest part about doing is being able to convince them to do it and make sure that they see that it works what you're trying to say. Because everybody has an opinion and everybody's going to feel like they know what they're doing. So you got to prove to the guys that you're working with that what you're saying works.
Absolutely.
So that's the tricky part about it all.
And again, your record speaks for itself, and the numbers do count. Thanks again, B.
I appreciate you.
You're doing great, buddy.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.